Hello, everybody. Jordan here. The PH is silent. I was kind of at a conflict as to what to talk about this week. So I stared at the Forgotten Realms map and I suddenly went, what's with all those islands west of Am? So I hope you find this video interesting as we dive into the history of the Moonshae Isles. The Moonshae Isles are a group of islands that form a circular archipelago with the Sea of Moonshae in the center. Located southwest of the Sword Coast, it seems like all inhabitants migrated there at some point. There are two human tribes that live here, the Folk with two Fs, which I assume you just pronounce as Folk. They sailed over around 140 DR to an island named Gwyneth. They were descendants from Tethir and took with them their love of agriculture and the goddess Shantia. Much of the folk have a strong druidic tradition, and a connection with the land is important. They are peaceful with their farming, fishing, hunting, and trading, and they are also accomplished shipbuilders. In contrast, the other group of men that came to the Moonshae Isles are the Northlanders. They are a hardy, warlike people that worship the god Tempest, Tempest being the god of war. They are believed to be related to the Uthgart tribe, which, if you want more information on them, Favor in History did a great video on the Uthgart tribe, links in the doobly-doo. The Northlanders started a long-time conflict with the folk, raiding settlements and not respecting the land. The folk are organized into a number of small kingdoms, loosely connected under the leadership of a High King. The High King is more of a figurehead than a true ruler. Other races live on the islands, but in much smaller numbers. The elves of Moonshae are known as the Luyur, which were once the dominant race, but now claim only a small portion of the island as theirs. They are similar to high elves. Dwarves and halflings outnumber the elves, but are still in a small number compared to humans. There aren't many magic users on the Moonshae Isles. The craft is held in suspicion and magic users are looked at negatively. I imagine the elves that have their innate magic are probably more relaxed to magic than the other human tribes. The High King has a council of mages, but for the most part you won't see any Northlander wizards. Both the Northmen and the folk are taught that arcane power is a tool of the gods and their agents. Wizards are viewed as untrustworthy or downright evil. Despite their infighting, there are other worries on the Moonshae Isles. Trolls present a common threat, including marine trolls that retreat back into the sea. Wyverns fly over remote places and can attack settlements. Giant centipedes, ropers, shambling mounds, dire wolves, and harpies are only some of the dangers adventurers may find. The people of the Moonshae Isles worship an entity known as the Earth Mother. While the Earth Mother is an aspect of Chantia, they literally worship their nature surroundings. Chantia is the goddess of agriculture, and the Earth Mother is nature itself. While the divine powers are one and the same, the perspective of the worshippers are different. So from what I gather, the Earth Mother is Chantia, they just don't call her by that name. It's kind of interesting and kind of confusing. Chantia protects and loves the Moonshae Isles, much like how Ubteo was with Chult. The children of the goddess, the animals of the island, they take three particular forms: Leviathan, Wolfpack, and Unicorn. These creatures are symbols of the Earth Mother herself, and thus they are well respected in Moonshae culture. The goddess holds balance upon nature and her lands, but there is an enemy, Khazgoroth. The beast kills for fun, pollutes its surroundings, and wages war against the goddess. He delights in nothing more than the corruption of a druid to its evil purposes. Khazgoroth's natural form was a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but he can shape change into other forms, including those of people he would kill and take their identity. Khazgoroth serves Baal and has the power in his bite to curse a creature to become a lycanthrope. He has been defeated in the past, but since he is an aspect of Malar, who is the lesser deity of beast savagery and evil lycanthropes, he always seems to return several years later. As of 1371 DR, the majority of Moonshae Isles were controlled by one High Queen named Alicia Kendrick. Under the rule of Alicia and her father, a peace between the folk and the Northlanders was created. This changed with the Spell Plague, and House Kendrick lost most of their control. By 1479 DR, the islands have different rulers controlling separate areas. For instance, Fomorians crossed over from the Feywild and took control of the island of Oman. The island of Moray is under the control of evil lycanthropes. The Black Blood tribe is a tribe of lycanthropes that are dedicated to summoning Khazgoroth again. They live on this island and with other werebeasts that migrated from the Feywild. There are pirates that live in these waters with secret bases on several islands. They prey on ships coming to and from Am and Kalimshan. The Isle of Snowdown is controlled by a vampire who is loyal to Am. Lady Erliza Darasin was changed into a vampire in Am and seeks to ascend and become queen of the Feywild. She came to the Moonshae Islands looking for a portal to the Feywild, and it seems kind of odd to me that a vampire wouldn't want to seek a way to the Shadowfell instead. I know there are perpetual twilight areas in the Feywild, but you usually don't think of undead when you think of the Feywild. There is a lot of fighting currently between all of the different islands. You've got the human tribes as well as the influx of creatures from the Feywild. It might be a fun place for your adventurers to return from the Feywild, battle political plots of vampires, or stop evil lycanthropes from resurrecting an avatar in the shape of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. There was a great article in Dragon Magazine 196 that had some information on the Moonshae Isles and how to drop your party there for an adventure. It's worth checking out. And that's it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button as it helps the channel, and share this video with your gaming group. I'll be back next week with more Forgotten Realms lore.